Hello friends, it's me Cassandra from Mobile Om Yoga, and welcome to this virtual yoga practice brought to you from one of my favorite spaces here in San Antonio, Confluence Park. So Confluence Park got its name because it's here along the San Antonio River, right where it joins the San Pedro Creek. It's one of my favorite spaces to come together when we are able to in community. But for now, I'm so grateful that we're able to continue bringing you this class virtually every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. thanks to our sponsors at the San Antonio River Foundation. So thanks again for making this a part of your day. I'm so grateful to have you here. Go ahead and come down to a seat and join me to begin our asana practice. So we're going to start in a comfortable seat as I am here with the legs crossed one in front of another. We call this our Sukhasana, or an easy seated pose. You can make it a little easier on yourself by taking your knees a little bit wider. And then make sure you're nice and grounded. You can move some of that flesh away to get your sit bones nice and rooted into your mat here. So feeling your sit bones rooted, take a moment and find your spine sitting up nice and tall. And then we're gonna take 3 big rolls of the shoulders, up, back, and down. Again, inhaling, take the shoulders up, back, and down. And then one more time, inhale the shoulders up, back, and then settle them down. Let them stay grounded as you continue to lift up through the heart, through the crown. And then keeping your hands on your knees or perhaps on your thighs, go ahead and close your eyes. Begin to tune into your breath here as you inhale deeply in and out through the nose. Allowing your breath to lift and expand with each inhale. And feeling yourself get grounded and rooted with each exhale. We're going to continue to breathe, but we're going to count our inhales and exhales. So let all of your inhale out, and with your next inhale, we're going to inhale for a count of 4. So exhale it all out and inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to pause 2, and then you're going to exhale 2, 3, 4. Pause 2. And then inhale, 2, 3, 4. Just pausing for 2. 1. Exhaling, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 2, 1. Again, inhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause. 2, 1. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 2, 1. Now just begin to breathe again naturally. And just notice perhaps how this controlled breathing, our pranayama practice, might have helped you to connect a little more with yourself here. Centering yourself into your body and into this practice. Go ahead and open up your eyes with the next inhale, and let's stretch our arms all the way up to the sky. Let's bring the hands together. And then interlace your hands and flip your palms up to the sky. Take a big stretch up high. Inhale. And as you exhale, release your hands all the way down. Take an inhale, lift your heart, and press your fingertips into the ground, feeling like a little arrowhead as you lift up through the heart. One more time, getting long. And then as you exhale, just melt yourself forward into a fold. So you can bring your hands in front of you. Just take 2 breaths here, in and out. One more breath in and let it out. Your next inhale, begin to walk your hands all the way up towards your legs. So we're going to take the hands behind you, bring your feet to the mat. Notice what shin you had crossed in front. We'll come back to that in a moment. And then just rock your knees from side to side. And then when you come back into neutral, you're going to go ahead and cross your legs the opposite way with the opposite shin in front. Just for one moment, let's inhale. Stretch the arms up high again towards the sky. And as you exhale, you're going to bring your arms into some cactus arms here. So helping to keep opening the heart space, rolling those shoulders back. Nice. Take an inhale breath here. And as you exhale, we're going to dip the right elbow down towards the ground and lift your left elbow up. Inhale, come back to center, and exhale, switch sides. Left elbow down, right elbow up. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, right elbow down, left elbow up. Inhale, back to center, and exhale, left elbow down, right elbow up. Inhale to center. Exhale back to the right and pause. And then just bring your right hand down to the ground. You can keep that left elbow bent as you open the left shoulder back. Try to soften the shoulders. Or you can shoot straight through the fingertips so the arm comes nice and long, extending a little deeper into the side body. One more inhale breath in here, and exhale it out. And then we'll inhale, come up, reach the right arm to meet the left, and as you exhale, bring the arms back into cactus. Take an inhale here, exhale, tip the left elbow down, pause, bring the left hand to the earth. Keep that right elbow bent and open back. And then maybe you stay here or stretch long through the right arm. Big breath, side body stretch. Take an inhale. We're going to come all the way back up. Bring the left arm to meet the right. And then as you exhale, go ahead and bring the hands back behind you. Interlace your hands together. Take an inhale and puff your chest up to the sky. Stay here for the exhale. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale again. Again, stay for the exhale. And then this time, take an inhale. And then as you exhale, fold your heart forward as long as you can, keeping your spine straight. And then pause there. Take an inhale. Exhale. And then inhale, come all the way back up. Release the hands. Take them back behind you. This time you're going to root the hands into the earth. Root your feet into the earth. Puffing up through the heart, take an inhale. Stay for the exhale. And then we're going to press through hands and feet. Inhale, lift your hips up, stretching high into this altar pose. So in an altar pose, imagine on the altar is your heart. I'm on a magic carpet ride too. I love to call it that when the wind takes my mat away. All right, keep lifting the altar of the heart, squeezing shoulder blades together. One more inhale. And then as you exhale, you're lowering hips down to meet the floor. All right, you're gonna bring the soles of your feet together and the knees wide now. Hands are coming onto the ankles. Inhale, we're taking a seated cat-cow. So for the cow, we're arching the spine, rolling the shoulders back. And then exhale for cat, rounding the back. So rolling onto the tailbone, tucking the chin, pressing the back of the heart Inhale into that seated cow. Lift the heart, lifting maybe through the throat. Exhale, tuck the chin, round it out. Inhale again, lift up and open. And exhale, round it out. Inhale, come up and open, and exhale, fold forward here. Hands coming out in front of you. Keep pulling your heart as long as you can, feeling the stretch in the inner thighs, the hips. And then notice how you meet the intensity of sensation, right? So we're all here at different levels of flexibility. And so when we meet that point of perhaps, tension or tenderness or tightness, we have to learn to either breathe into it or, we can resist it. And what we resist will persist. So what I want you to do here is try to meet that sensation and then breathe. So your body gets out of that panic, that fight or flight, that we have to fight it and resist feeling, and find a little bit of ease, dilate around it. Take one more breath in and out here. And then with your next inhale, go ahead and walk yourself upright. All right, so we're gonna take the right leg out to the right side, left foot to the inside of the right thigh. Turn your torso over the right leg. So take a moment, hands are gonna come behind you and help you lift really tall, up through the heart, through the spine. Take an inhale here, and as you exhale, just lean forward like a little arrowhead. See how far you can come. Take one more inhale here, and then with your exhale, bring your hands now in front, and then see how far you can walk them out towards that right foot. And then you can maybe soften your head. Each inhale, lengthening a little longer, seeing the edge of sensation, the edge of your stretch, meeting yourself there, and then the exhale, dilate, melt a little into it. One more time, inhale for extension, for engagement. Exhale to soften. Inhale, you're gonna walk yourself back upright. Take that left arm and you're gonna bring it right behind your left hip. And on your inhale, press into the left hand, roll onto your left knee, and reach that right arm up and over. So modified side plank. And then go ahead and lower that left hip down to the ground, and we'll switch our legs. Reach the left leg out and bring your right foot to the inside, and you're turning to face over that left leg. Hands are coming behind the hips and you're squaring over. So take an inhale, keep pressing into the fingertips and lean the heart forward like you're an arrow here, and your heart's trying to shoot straight out from your spine. Nice. One more breath in. This time with your exhale, bring your hands forward and begin to walk them as close as you can or as long as you can to find your deepest stretch, finding that point of sensation where you meet that fight or flight, right? We want to either come out because it's too much, or we want to resist it, but can you ease into it? Finding one more breath here, pulling your heart long on the inhale, softening down on your exhale. And with your inhale, begin to lift back up. You're going to reach the right arm up and back, take it behind the hip, left arm to the sky, lifting up, rolling onto that right shin, opening the left side body. And then go ahead and lower that right hip down to the mat. And we're going to go ahead and bring yourself around and make your way into a tabletop pose. Wrists are coming underneath your shoulders, widen the knees underneath your hips. Take a traditional cat-cow. Inhale, the belly down to the mat and the gaze lifting up, opening up your heart. Exhale, you're going to tuck the chin and roll the tailbone under, pressing the back of the heart high. Again, inhale, belly drops low to the ground, lifting up and open through the heart. Exhale, tuck the chin and round it out. And one more time. Inhale, drop your belly, lifting up through your gaze. And exhale to tuck and round. And then inhale to find yourself in neutral. You're going to inhale, take your right heel back behind you. And then reach up the heel, reach up the heart, inhale. As you exhale, you're going to draw your knee toward your nose and then maybe lift the right hand so you can bring your right foot between your hands. And then you're going to walk the right foot forward and sink a little bit into that left hip. So begin to lift up through the heart. Keep your fingertips rooted for a moment. Inhale here. Stay for your exhale. And then we're going to lift, hands up towards the thigh, rolling the shoulders back. And then lift the arms up towards the sky. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, bring your elbows out into a cactus. Roll the shoulders back. Roll the elbows back. Lift up through the heart. Take a big breath in here. And then as you exhale, bring your hands down towards the mat. You're going to straighten the right leg. Flex the right toes towards the sky for half splits. Try to pull the heart long, folding down. One more breath in. And exhale it out. And then coming back forward onto the hands. You're going to take that right knee to meet your left. Take an inhale here in a modified high plank. And as you exhale, lower down towards your belly. Nice. On your inhale, we're lifting up, elbows hugging in. Cobra pose. Exhale to lower. And then inhale, lift up and find tabletop pose. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Left heel lifts back, heart high. Finding that arch in the spine. And then exhale, knee towards the nose. Step your left foot between the hands. Wiggle the foot forward. Sink into the right hip. Lift the heart. Breathe here. And then we're going to take it up another step. Hands come up towards the thigh, lifting up the heart, roll the shoulders back, sinking into that right hip flexor. And then lastly, we'll inhale the arms up to the sky, shoulders stay soft. Exhale, elbows out wide, find cactus arms. Lifting up through the heart, big, deep, open-hearted breath here. One more inhale. Exhale it out. Bring your hands down to the floor. Straighten your left knee, half splits. Flex the left toes to the sky. Folding long over that left leg, feeling your hamstring wake up. And then coming forward into the left foot, planting the hands. Left knee meets the right, modified plank. Exhale, lower all the way down, belly meets the mat. Inhale, swimming into cobra. Elbows squeezing in, navel drawing in, heart lifts. Exhale and lower. Inhale, press back up into your tabletop pose. All right, we're going to inhale, reach the right heel back. And exhale, we're bringing the right knee this time to your right wrist. So maybe take your hands a little further forward, and we're going to take our pigeon straight from here. So right knee behind right wrist. You're going to walk that left leg back, and then you're going to lift up through the heart. Inhaling really tall. We're going to stay in proud pigeon for a little moment, a few moments. So maybe take your hands a little wider. I like to find a little triangle shape. Trying to square the right shoulder back. Shoulders down the back, heart high. Engage through your navel, and maybe with the hands pressing down, you lift your hips slightly off the mat and try to draw that right hip back and left hip forward. Taking a few more big, deep breaths here. In and out. And then we're gonna fold forward. Hands can come on, our forearms can come down. As deep as you can come into your resting pigeon pose. Again, meeting sensation. Maybe trying to color the sensation. That really helps us to listen deeper, become more mindful. You know, is it an achy feeling? Is it a pinprick? Is it a cramp? Is it a warm and hot? All just, if it was a color, what would it be? And just taking a moment in that right hip, that's what we're working in. Feeling what you feel and, you know, kind of befriending it. When we befriend it, we become curious and we no longer resist. Take one more breath in and out. And come up onto your hands. Begin to sit over onto that right hip, and you're going to turn all the way around to face the back of your mat now. You're going to straighten your right leg out. And then you're going to take your left knee, bend it. And then we're going to try to take a half shoelace. So you're bringing your left heel over towards the right hip and stacking that left knee over your right. So if this absolutely does not work for you today, you can take the left foot to the inside of your right leg and take it more like a seated tree. Otherwise, we're going to cross that left thigh over the right. Once again, finding sit bones, finding that kind of arrowhead to help sit nice and tall. Inhaling here. And then as you exhale to your level of discomfort, go ahead and fold yourself forward, pausing at that point, that edge, dilating in, softening, meeting with the tightness, the tension, the resistance, and seeing if you can let go of trying to control or resist and just let it be and breathe. On your next inhale, you're going to begin to lift yourself all the way back upright. All right, go ahead and unwind that left knee all the way around. We're going to take both legs back. So you're facing in the back of your mat now. Just make your way back into a tabletop pose. Take pause here. Let's move a little bit through the spine. So we took cat-cow earlier. You can start there, but maybe you kind of color outside the lines and move from side to side. Kind of listen to the sensations of where you need to kind of move around and nourish. And then we're going to pause in our neutral spine. Take your left leg back on inhale, and then we'll bring that left knee to nestle behind your left wrist, crossing the ankle to the opposite side of the mat, towards the right. Walk your back leg back, setting up for your proud pigeon. So we want to walk onto the fingertips and keep that left hip lifted up and off of the mat for a moment, trying to square that left hip back, right hip forward. Gently draw the navel in to help you stay lifted here. Keep pressing into the hands, roll the shoulders back, and then breathe. Up and open through the heart. One last breath here. With your exhale, take it down, forward fold into your resting pigeon, onto the forearms. Maybe the forehead finds the floor, or some sort of grounding on your hands or fists. Sinking in, not being afraid to feel. In order to heal, we need to feel. Whatever sensations come up, meet it, breathe with it. Your next inhale, you're going to begin to come up onto the palms of your hands. You're going to sit onto that left hip, turning back to face now towards the front of your mat. Straightening your left leg out. And then we're going to find that half shoelace. So it's like you're lacing your knee, or that lace, across the left leg. Knee stacking over knee. Both sit bones rooted. And again, if you're unable to get there today, that left foot can come to the inside, and the right knee can open. Right knee can come to the inside of the left thigh. All right. So let's all start with the hands next to us. So sit up nice and tall. Roll the shoulders back. Feel your spine come alive. Get nice and straight and proud. Take an inhale here, and then as you exhale, begin to fold forward until you meet your edge. It might not take long. I'm already there. And then meet yourself there. Breathe. Soften. Let your body take care of releasing. You don't have to hold on. It's not yours at this point to carry. Taking one more breath in and out here. And on your next inhale, you'll begin to lift yourself all the way back upright. All right, take that right leg out to meet your left. Shake it out. All right, we're gonna shift back around, coming onto the hands and knees again. This time, you're gonna crawl back so that your toes are touching at the back of your mat and your knees are hip-width distance apart. We're coming into puppy pose. So you're gonna walk your fingertips towards the top of your mat, bowing your forehead down towards the mat, letting your heart soften. So another name, when we practice this in our yin yoga variation, it's called heart melting. So let the space of your heart begin to melt down and back. Breathing in and out here. Feeling the earth beneath the hands, shins, and feet, keeping you engaged. Navel gently drawing in to keep that lower back safe. One more mindful, deep, full breath in and out here. And then on your next inhale, you're going to begin to lift yourself up and roll yourself all the way down onto your belly. And then we're finding Sphinx Pose. So bring your forearms underneath your shoulders, wrists are parallel to one another, palms are on the mat. And roll the shoulders down away from your ears, lift up nice and tall through the heart. Deep breath in and out here. And then you're going to take the right toes, bend the knee, and point your right toes to the sky. Lifting up through the heart, breathe here. And then you're going to begin to take your chin and over your left shoulder. Begin to look and see if you can look for those right toes. And take a few breaths here, stretching into the side of the neck. And you'll inhale, come forward, straighten the right leg. Bend your left knee, point the toes up towards the sky, lift a little taller through the heart, and then begin to take your chin to the right shoulder, looking over and try to see if you can see your right toes. Keep the breath full and deep, moving forward through the heart. One more deep breath in and out here. And go ahead and bring your chin forward, straighten the left leg. Take one more breath here. And then as you exhale, lower down, bringing your forearms to cross or your palms to cross, and let your forehead rest so your spine is in neutral. Take a few deep breaths into the back body. And here, I'm going to take that left knee and bend it out to the side into a half pigeon. Take a couple breaths here, trying to soften your left hip down towards the mat. We're going to work our way into a twist from here. So the first step is to come up onto the forearms, and then you're going to straighten the left arm so you can kind of thread the needle. The right arm's coming through, so you're coming onto that right shoulder. And you're going to start to roll onto the right side of your body so that your left knee stays planted, you're on the right shoulder, and your head's resting on the mat. Then you're going to bring the left arm up to the sky and start to open it out to the opposite side. So it's going to kind of hang towards gravity. This version of our spinal twist really helps to get into the upper back. So breathing and into the front of the chest and the shoulder. So breathing into that space, really big, full, and deep here. And begin to bring that left arm back around. You're going to straighten your left knee and go ahead and roll back into neutral. Bring your forehead down. Just take a couple of breaths here in neutral. You're going to take it to the other side. This is called like our angel wing. So you're taking your angel wing out to the left side. Coming up onto sorry, I did that wrong. We're not calling it angel wing. The right knee's coming out. It's more like a frog leg. Bring that right knee out. Take a couple breaths with the right knee out to the right side. Bring the forehead down. Taking frog pose. Half frog leg. And then we'll take it into that twist. So coming up to the forearms, coming from that Sphinx, your right arm comes straight. You're threading onto the left shoulder and also rolling onto the left side of the body. Right knee stays anchored. Right arm starts to lift up and starts to reach out to the opposite side. Big, full, deep breaths here. Again, feeling the stretch coming across the shoulder, the arm into the fingertips. Letting gravity do most of the work here. One more deep breath in and exhale it out. And then go ahead and close back down. Straighten the right leg. Turn yourself all the way down onto your belly and bring your forehead down to meet the ground. And take a few long deep breaths here. You're going to bring your hands underneath your shoulders now. Press up and back. Let's find child's pose. Hips come to the heels, knees nice and wide. Reach your arms out towards the front of your mat, forehead to the ground. One more moment of grounding through the heart, through the crown. One more breath here. Begin to lift yourself up, shifting yourself towards your hips to one side, and come to lying all the way down onto your back. As you come onto the back, bring your knees in towards your chest. Rock from side to side. Let your lower back settle into the ground. And then you're going to bring your knees wide and feet to the sky for happy baby. So reaching from the inside of your legs, you can grab onto the soles of your feet, or maybe the ankles, shins, or behind your knees. And then let yourself rock a moment from side to side by pulling down on one leg at a time. And then finding in a space in neutral. And see if you can bring your tailbone all the way to the ground. Breathe a few breaths into the full space of your back body. And then go ahead and bring your feet together. Hands come to clasp behind the feet, or grab onto the ankles. Press your knees into a butterfly. Let the shoulders roll down. One more breath in and out here. And you're going to bring the hands to the outside of your knees. Close your knees together like a book. Draw your knees towards your nose. Squeeze yourself in really tight. Pause here. Take one more breath in. Give yourself a big hug of appreciation for being here, for doing this practice, for meeting with yourself. And then release and soften, finding the space of surrender. Legs out long, palms open up towards the sky. Take a moment, maybe walk the shoulder blades underneath to help again, just like that in that altar pose. We kind of create a shelf to lift the hearts. And then close your eyes and settle into your breath. We no longer have the physical poses to help us along this journey of meeting our resistance. It's when we really have to do the work of our yoga. So meeting yourself here and noticing when you get distracted. Just gently and compassionately anchor yourself back to your breath. The purpose here is to find relaxation in your body. So notice first maybe if you still feel areas where you're holding on. Continuing to anchor in the breath. And just simply label the distraction of thinking or feeling. And come back. Come back to the breath. Our true practice of yoga, the dedication is this process of starting over again and again. That's why we call it a practice, because no matter how long we have been practicing for, it's never perfect. So drop the expectation. Enjoy the process of coming back again and again. Beginning to take a full deep breath in through your nose. Exhale out through your mouth. Take a couple more like that as you wake up your body. Gently moving in your fingers and your toes, mindfully coming back and choosing how you come back. Take your arms overhead, stretch this new vibrant energy from fingers to toes, and the knees into your chest. Rock yourself front to back a couple of times, working that energy up and down the spine, getting a little mini massage. And then you'll make your way all the way up to a seat. We'll meet in that Sukhasana, that easy seated pose, how we began. Hands on the thighs or the knees. Roll the shoulders a few times, up, back, and down. I'm back on my magic carpet ride here. And settling the shoulders down, lift the heart, and take a few breaths mindfully here and notice. Just notice what seems different than just a short time ago when we took a similar shape. And you met yourself here at the beginning of this practice. And just give yourself credit for whatever small victories or celebrations that you have had on your mat here. Allow the palms to come together, sealing into our salutation seal. Thumbs to your heart, first saluting that heart-centered intention, that dedication to show up on your mat and practice. Sitting up a little taller, being proud of yourself for being here today. Breathe a little bigger. And you'll take your thumbs up to the center of your forehead where we acknowledge the collective and how we show up here not only for ourselves but for one another on and off the mat. From my heart and from the space of light and wisdom within me, I honor each and every one of you. Namaste. Woohoo! Nice to have you guys with me today. Fun little magic carpet ride practice. I'm so grateful to be able to bring you these practices every week. Can't wait to see you again next time. We'll be back here, same place, same time, next Sunday, 10 a.m. Thanks to our sponsors at the San Antonio River Foundation. All right, see you guys then.